And we're back. Here we go. We have made it to Unit 5. If you've been plowing with me through this whole thing, you've been doing some pretty cool programming. And we are in Assignment 1. There are 2 assignments in Unit 5 to do some programming on, 1 and 3. They both look a little scary, and interestingly, they're really not. And in Unit 5, we're talking about loops. So we're talking about programs where they continue to do the same thing over and over again to create certain pictures or certain images. And programmers use these to create things that they want to happen for either a finite number of times, meaning they want it to loop so many times, or an infinite number of times, depending on the input of the user. Now, Assignment 5.1 looks scary when you read it in the class, but the thing is it isn't, because it's a big chunk of code reuse. So the first thing I want to do is just show you what Assignment 1 does, okay? So when you call up Assignment 1, the first thing it's going to do is ask me to set my pen color, and I like blue. And then it's going to ask me to set my pen width. I'm going to keep it pretty skinny. I'll do a 3 here. And now watch what happens. It's going to write this hello world again. And as you've seen, this hello world is the crux of a lot of programs for this class. And it's going to loop it around. And as it loops, it's almost going to spin around. You're going to see how it kind of moves to the side the way it loops. That's going to start happening here. And check it out. It kind of starts to want to spin around and around. It kind of leans to the side a little. And you start to see your hello develop a little bit thicker there. See, check it out. World starts to move around. And it's going to keep doing this until we get a pretty neat hello world picture. Which right now, as you're sitting there thinking, this is going to be hard to write. But it's not. As long as you've finished Unit 4, your hello by variables, this is really simple. This is going to take us almost no time. So I'm going to stop the program right now because you can see what it does now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over here to my course resources. I'm going to go to my examples here, Unit 4, and I'm going to open the one called Hello by Variables assignment. And I am going to edit that with idle. And what it should do for you is pull up your Hello by Variables assignment. Now, before you do anything else at all, okay, before you do anything, I want you to resave this under a different name. And the name that I'd like you to give this one, I think in the class they tell you to call it, let me make sure I've got it right, Loop Hello Assignment, okay? So don't do anything else. Save this. I'm going to save it in my examples. I'm going to create a new folder here for Unit 5. Go back, Unit 5. And we are going to call this Loop Hello Assignment. Now that I've saved it, I can make changes without messing up my hello by variables. So all we're doing is we're going to reuse 99% of this code, but we're going to add some new things to make it loop like that. So here we go. Right at the top, leave your turtle import, leave your function variables comment. Space width. In the past, in the hello by variables, I had the user input the width. I don't want to do that this time. Let me drag this a little bit wider for you. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and enter what I want for my width. It's going to be 10. And I'm going to add this comment here. The default value is 30. I'm going to do the same thing here on my letter height. Instead of 10, I want my height to be 50. Default value, I'm just going to keep it this way it was with the space. Default value is going to be 100. On my letter width, it's going to be 30 with a default value of 50. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave my input for pen color and pen width. I want my user to still be able to pick those two. Now, here's where you use all this code again. You've got your draw space. You've got your move turtle. You've got your H. Leave all of that the same. Keep going. Keep your E the way it was. Keep your L. Keep your O. Keep your new line. Keep your W and keep your R. So you can see, even though this seems like a really long assignment, it's not. Here's where things get a little bit different. The next thing I want us to do is right below R, I want you to indent out, reverse indent, and I want you to define a function called, in all caps, hello. When we define a function, you know what we do. Open close parenthesis, colon. Now, you're going to take this pen color and you're going to put this here under hello. So I'm going to code reuse right there. And you're going to put the pen width under hello as well. So I'm going to code reuse right there. I've already done the work here. Okay. I'm going to get rid of these. I'm not going to need them again. And now I'm going to go ahead and call up the rest of my functions to draw the word hello. I'm defining this bigger function, the smaller functions within the bigger function. So the first thing I want to do is not have my caps on. I want to call up the move turtle function. And then I want to do my draw H, draw E, draw L, draw L, draw O. And I could have just, I could have totally just code reused all this, which is what I'm going to do now. Okay. I'm going to return here and I'm going to paste all this in. But remember, all of this has got to be indented. So if yours reverse indents like mine, you want to not have that. Get rid of your hello. Come on up here. The next thing I want to do is define world. All in caps. And I can use all of this code here. All I need to do is indent it. W-O-R-L-O. But now I've got to set my loop. So under here below loop, world, I went ahead and hit return, and then I reverse indented. Now I'm going to set my loop. For, no caps lock, for I, which is my input, in range 10. So I want it to go 10 times. I don't know why that added a space in there. I want it to do caps lock, hello function, parentheses, world function, parentheses, width, the integer I set for width, which you guys saw at the top, right, the number of times we do the integer, and then I want my exit on click. So I am just going to take out a couple spaces because I don't like too many spaces. All right, so let's go through one more time what I did here. I changed my variables so that I set my height and width and my space width. Left my variables for pen color and pen width, and then left all of the information on drawing a space, defining the move turtle, H-E-L-O, defining what a new line is going to be, W and R because those are the other two letters I needed. Then I define the function for hello, which includes the pen color and pen width and moves the turtle to the correct space. I define the function for world, and I set the number of times I'm going to run this in my range on a loop. I'm going to save, which again is loop hello assignment, and I'm going to run it. All right, let's pick my pen width this time to be, let's go green again. Let's do green. And then let's do like a 2. And it should be running. Here it goes. Now, as you can see, it's tracing over, it's looping. And now is where it's going to start to move, which is what I want it to do. It moves down this thing so that it looks like the world is kind of shifting, kind of spinning. If I let it run the full times, it's going to get cooler and cooler, and I might let it run, or I might cut it off here because you'll be able to see it on your own. But you can kind of see what's happening. I like the thinner pen width on this one because it starts to, you can see the individual pieces better. And it's like a spinning hello world. It's going to go through this 10 times. And that is how we code Unit 5, Assignment 1. But we're not quite done yet. Save one more time. You know me, the crazy save lady. Navigate over to your file. Mine is in Computer Science under Examples, Unit 5. Compress your file. Send to compressed. Now you've got your zipped file. Open up the class. Go to Unit 5. Any minute now. I'm going to go backwards. It's just easier to get that way. Navigate to Unit 5, Assignment 1. Click the drop box. Upload, not a how-to video, go to examples. Upload the compressed file. Add your comments. We love Mrs. Mac. And hit submit. Ladies and gentlemen, you have one assignment left. Now, just a quick note, you only have to do Unit 5, either Assignment 2 or 3. You do not have to do both. So you may choose to pick one. If you do both, you can get the extra points that way if you'd like, but you don't have to do both. All right, one more video left, and we are done. Great job, guys.